So how do we become conscious of seeing through those spiritual eyes? Well, here's a really, really game life-changing principle right here. We are not our mind. We are not our mind. Whoa, what the heck does that mean? Do you ever feel like you're a slave to your thoughts? Do you ever feel like you have incessant thought that you can't escape from at times? Well, the thing is, in our humanity, we think that we are our mind. We identify with our mind. So when we have thoughts, because those thoughts create feelings and they affect our physiology, we believe what we feel. And because we feel that, and we feel it in our body, and it gets wired into our nervous system, we believe that it's real, when it's not. It's not real. So it's really understanding what's the function of our mind and our brain. Well, our brain is a brilliant problem-solving tool. That's what it does. Our mind solves problems. That's what it does. It likes to do that. It likes the known. It likes certainty. It likes safety. Why does our mind like certainty and safety, which is the bottom line human need? Certainty and safety. Why? Because it likes survival. The goal of our mind is to survive, right? If we survive, we perpetuate our race. You know, we can fulfill our soul purpose. Well, maybe fulfill our soul purpose. But really what it does is it keeps us alive. So the mind doesn't like risk. It likes to solve problems. It has to solve problems. So it is a strategic tool. Now, if its job is to solve problems and you don't have any problems, what do you think your mind is going to create? Begins with a P and sounds like problems. Do you ever notice it's like, God, everything in my life is going great, but we're focused on this, and then we create problems, or you have somebody in your life who's like, geez, what are you complaining? Why is everything a freaking problem? Because they identify with their mind, and trust me, we've all been there. Your mind is a tool, it's not your identity. So let's get a metaphor for this and make it clear. If you're going to screw in a screw with a screwdriver, except nowadays I use a power screwdriver, right? We don't have to crank our wrist. You got that power drill screwdriver. It's like, okay, I have to do this job. Zzz, put that in there, and then you put the drill down. Am I identifying with the drill? Am I saying, I'm screwing that screw in, I am the drill? No. What you do is say, I'm drilling that screw, I put it down, but I am me. See, the drill is a metaphor for your mind. It's a tool to solve problems. Now, here's the thing. Because it loves certainty, once it has a solution to the problem, it wires it in your brain, it associates an emotion, so when you approach that problem again in the future, then it'll know how to act, it'll know how to act, and you'll know how to feel. Do you ever have something that happens called a trigger or a button? People say, stop pushing my buttons. First of all, what's the problem? There's a button there. Second of all, what's that button? It's something, it's an experience or condition you had that your brain associated an emotion with, and then it wired in there. So your brain is like a filing cabinet in your garage. What it does, that's your subconscious mind. So what it does, you have an experience, it wires an emotion, let's file it, let's put it in the garage. What's that mean? Subconscious mind. Your brain is a deletion tool. It's a deletion, has deletion functions. Hit the delete button. What's that mean? If I file it in my subconscious mind, I already know it's safety, it's certainty. I don't need to make that decision again, right? So I can delete it, put it in your subconscious mind. Now your subconscious mind runs 95 to 99% of your life. Did you know that? Because things happen, associates it, files it, something happens, goes out to the garage. Oh, let's see. This situation happened, and here's how I'm supposed to react. Boom, triggers an emotion, and that's why we do things over and over again. So what's that mean? That means your past is always affecting your present. And you're taking your past and projecting it into your future. Why? Because your brain loves to know what to do. Now here's the problem. You're on soul purpose, which means you're going to create something you haven't created. So if you keep repeating patterns in the past, then how can you create something new? Right? What's the old adage? A tiger never changes its stripes. Why? That's a limiting belief. Okay? So the mind runs on autopilot. Your subconscious mind runs on autopilot. Why? Because it loves strategy. So we do that, and then we realize we are consciousness. I am being before my mind. You can step back, almost disassociate. Look at your thoughts, observe your thoughts, and decide, is that serving me toward my soul purpose or not? Because my brain wants to find problems. So that doesn't mean, hey, I don't need you for survival right now. I'm not in a life-threatening situation. I learned this attitude from a highly achieving friend of mine, Dr. Chris Zano. And when you run into negative self-talk, you know what? My survival is not being threatened right now. I don't need you. A lot of thoughts we have, we don't need them. So I see it as a tool. Now I can learn how to use that tool more effectively. Okay? If you're going to fix something, not every tool you use is a hammer and duct tape. If I got a screw and a screw, I'm not using a hammer and duct tape. I'm using a screwdriver. Your mind can create many strategies. It solves problems innovatively, right? Let's expand our toolbox, but no, it's a toolbox. It's not who we are. We are not our mind. We are spirit first with the mind. So when our spirit influences our mind, we have the thoughts of God. We can create great things.